Hello, this is MN-GN Miscreants. I'm thirsty once again, and this is the beginning of a new series of wonderful stories that we'll be telling in our nuked setting of our spiced system, which I wrote with the wonderful people down at the bottom of the screen. And, other people who helped along the way. Before we go too far and dive into who people are other than me and all that sort of wonderful stuff, we'll do the rules for chat, because otherwise you'll be horrible and, just generally unruly. So, the rules for chat, as always, are: do not be a tool about someone's race, do not be a tool about someone's gender, and do not be a tool.
Or a screwdriver.
Indeed. So, having got that little bit out of the way, we should probably introduce ourselves more thoroughly, because you already know who I am. So, let's move on to the seasoned pro. The seasoned pro below. Spanners.
Oh, are you calling a seasoned pro? Yes, I am Spanners, and I'm not playing Timmy. I'm actually playing Professor Germanium, also known as Gem, who is a scientist and a rotter, and has been lurking around, conducting some interesting and clandestine experiments on the sex workers in the local area, who may or may not know about what she's been up to.
Lovely. So, once again, you're playing a wonderful person who's doing nothing wrong.
Typecast.
I don't know if you can really be typecast when you make up the characters.
She's typecasting herself.
She's not torturing anyone.
Oh, well, she might be. You haven't defined these experiments. But anyway.
She's trying to help, but in her own special way.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So yes, as you mentioned, the local area has many sex workers, because this short game will be taking place in the wonderful trading town of Whores, which occupies one of the major roads from the south to the north. And now, because I realised I didn't say that before, that background makes a little more sense. Now we shall move on to a returning regular from long ago, Mr. Tech.
Hello. I apologise for the poor lighting. I merely wanted to build the suspense for my great reveal. I will be playing Barry the Bugger today, who has entered the town of Whores to do some whoring. He entered with a very little amount of money, spent most of it, and then, he spent all of it and a lot more, but just hasn't got around to actually paying anyone yet. So his intent are to get out of town as quickly as possible before someone actually comes to actually ask him to pay for what he can't afford.
Ah, so you've run up a sizable tab.
Oh, yes.
A fine tradition.
Yep.
Yes, excellent. So again, another horrible person in a terrible place doing awful things. But yeah, there we are. So we have two of our players, and now a newcomer to our fair little channel, a long-time viewer and first-time player, a wonderful chap from the far-flung shores of another continent. Who are you, sir? And who shall you be playing tonight?
I am Kit from the lovely shores of Canada. I am playing Travis, the travel agent. If you have a body that needs moving, be it alive or dead, I know someone. And it might just be me.
So, there you see we have three august individuals of great moral character.
I'm super moral.
Of course you are. You know, you you allow for a certain amount of morality in your dealings. Probably.
At an extra charge.
Yes, a small extra fee. You'll cut some air holes in the box. So yeah, there we are. We have Professor Germanium, we have Barry, and we have Travis. All three wonderful moral individuals doing nothing wrong. So, you three all find yourselves in the desolation on the south coast of Britain. It is mid-autumn in the year 2081, which, for those of you who are paying a lot of attention to our last campaign, will realise is 3 years before the previous campaign. Now, the autumn of 2081 is particularly rough, and today is a truly shitty day. Winter storms have started early, and they're lashing the coast, which is what's driven pretty much everyone inland. There's horrible icy rain and high winds, and, frankly, you could deal with being about 20-30 miles away from the coast right now. Unfortunately, it does mean that you're not making as much money as you probably would be working on the coast. So here you are, all languishing in the trading outpost of Hawes, which has nice high walls and sturdy buildings after a recent fire. Nice new sturdy buildings. So here you all are, sitting in a lovely, dark, grimy public house called Grimm's Grime Pit. And each of you, are you together or separate, or where you are? You're in a room. It's probably only a couple of, a dozen meters across, maybe. There's probably about 10 tables jammed down here. Little tables.
Is it early?
Oh yeah, it's the morning.
Okay, in that case, I'm probably in the public area, incredibly hungover.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're sitting there at your little table. It's almost sort of a shelf just on the wall with a chair next to it, with a bowl of something sort of vaguely greyish brown in front of you. It's what the house calls breakfast. It's a sort of a beer stew soup hybrid.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to eat it because I need to eat something, because maybe that will make me feel better.
Excellent. There is Barry eating breakfast. So, Travis, what are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm straight up at the bar having a beer and some breakfast.
Excellent.
Happily.
Excellent. So yes, you're standing at the bar, and Grimner, the barman, looks at you a little oddly when you ask for a beer and breakfast. There is beer in this. Are you sure you want both?
I realize that, but today gonna be a good day. I can feel it in one of these bones somewhere. Someone has someone that needs moving. I can feel it.
All right. And he basically takes like one of his like crappy earthenware bowls, and he dips it into the small sort of tank of breakfast. It's probably like an old butler's sink. He brings it up, and then he just takes a tankard and he dips it in also, and like strains off the lumps, and hands it to you. So there you are.
Perfect.
Beer and breakfast. There you are. We'll set it up later. So
Oh yeah.
So Jem, what are you doing this morning? How are you enjoying your morning?
So Gem's going to be probably sitting in a corner just quietly, because she needs to observe possible side effects. So she's going to be sat there and pulls out a very small appears to be like a canister, and just pours into a slightly smaller canister what we might refer to as a cup of leaves.
A good old cup of leaf. Okay. So yes, you sit there drinking a. What temperature is your cup of leaf?
It's going to be. I would have thought by the time her canister has been used up for most of the night, it's going to be sort of tepid by this point. It's not particularly hot. It's drinkable.
Yeah, you sit there sipping on your tepid canister of leaf, and Grimner comes over and places a bowl of breakfast on the table near you. He doesn't go too near. He doesn't hold with all these clever types. He gives you sort of a respectful nod, and scuttles his way back to the bar. You notice he's actually quite short. It never occurred to you because you've never seen him come out from behind the bar before, really. But now you're sitting here looking. You notice that he's probably only on the proud side of 4'3". And he goes behind the bar, and you see him step up onto something, and it restores him back to rather more imperious sort of 5'5". Yeah, gets back to that time-honoured practice of rubbing the dirty bar with a slightly dirtier rag, and spreading the filth around. Rubbing the spilled breakfast into the worktop, as a form of varnish. So there you all are, enjoying drinks and breakfast. When the door, such as it is, it's more of a sort of a curtain with a board attached to it, sort of swings inward, and let's say five blokes. They're in sort of piecemeal armour, and you can clearly see where they've got holsters on that are bound up in wire, which is fairly common. People who come through the gates, their weapons tend to get bound up, so they can't, fight in town. They come on in, and straight to the bar, and they get a huge array of drinks. And it's like that, and this, and that, one of them. What's that in there? And they walk away with, there's only 5 of them, but they come away with 8 bowls of breakfast, and 12 beers, and a bottle off the top shelf with something vaguely orange in it. And they sit down and they start drinking. Right. So, what are you guys doing? We now have a silhouette. It's almost like one of those crime shows. Is Grim going to disguise? Is Tech going to disguise his voice now?
Well, I was just asking for something, slightly inappropriate.
Fair enough.
That sort of stuff.
Right. While we deal with that, I'll talk to the other guys. So Travis and Jim, you see these 5 guys, and they're sitting there, and they just dive straight on in. They start drinking and eating. Yeah, kind of, as far as you can drink sort of beer with chunks. Enjoying their breakfast of beer, chunky stew beer with gravy in. So yeah, and a few of them talk about, going to the... Oh, Jesus God, what the hell's that? A few of them talk about going to the nearby brothels, because Hawes is famous for its brothels. A few years ago, there was basically a slave uprising, and all of these newly freed people decided, screw it, you've got merchants coming through all the time, might as well take their money. And a lot of brothels shot up very quickly, all sort of, run by free people as opposed to slaves, as was previous. So, they're talking about, it's been weeks, we've been run ragged, And after a few drinks, 2 of them sort of get up and leave, leaving sort of, the three sort of harder drinkers there. They uncork the orange bottle and start slugging back. And after a little while, the youngest of the three, he's a little red-headed fella, he falls asleep. You know, he's just like, oh, I need to get a room. Oh, fuck. Just falls asleep where he's sitting. And the last two guys, there's an older fella. He's got sort of grey in his beard and a little sort of fringe of greyish hair. He starts complaining about stuff in general. Just, you know, starts sitting there, you know, it's not fair how much they're paying us, you know, making us go without any rest, you know, only giving us 2 days off when we get here. You know, with the cost of the thing they're making us carry, you know, they could at least give us, you know, 8 tack a day. I mean, Christ, come on. It's just not fair. The other one, was like, you idiot, you know, you never know who's listening. You shouldn't be saying that sort of shit.
At the sound of that, I down my beer, look over to Grimnir, give him my my mug, and walk over with my bowl, and just sit down with them and, hello, lads. Sounds like you need a travel agent.
Well, you know, we travel. What do you mean? You mean like we should quit?
Oh well, no, that's not what I mean at all. It sounds to me like you have someone who really needs to go somewhere else. Wink.
Ah. The older one, you know, big old wink.
Oh no, I say wink.
Yeah. Oh no, the other one, the older guy doesn't. Like, the younger guy is like, he's drinking and he's scowling. I don't know about that. Yeah. Ooh, it sounds a bit dodgy, all this. The young one's like. So yeah. The young one, you know, he starts, you know, he starts really going for what's in this orange bottle. It smells quite nice. It's quite a fruity, pleasant sort of citrusy smell. And after a little while, he says, "Right, you know, well, fuck this. I'm gonna take Rusty upstairs." And they go over to the bar, and they throw some like green circles on the bar, which you would probably know are called whorecoins, which is basically the local currency here, other than tack. And they go like, "Rum." Grimnir's just like, "Go. Any of them. You've paid more than the people who are in them. Kick them out if you need to." They go off. They just vanish off upstairs.
Were they carrying anything obviously with them? Any bags or anything, or?
I mean, they would have had like rucksacks on, or at least, you know, they would have had rucksacks with them, and just like small ones, you know, personal like pouches, gear pouches, things like that. Obviously, I said they had like weapons bound to them, but not like huge sacks of gear or anything like that.
Because they mentioned they were moving something. I just wanted if it was obvious what they, like, if one of them's got like a large like wooden chest or something.
No.
Okay.
These guys definitely give off the impression of being like caravan guards.
Right. Yeah.
As opposed to couriers.
Okay.
But yeah, you've got one guy sitting there still. You know, he's dipping something soggy in something else soggy. And he's pulled out like one of the chunks of something out of the breakfast, and he's dipping it in another bowl of breakfast. You know, apparently that one had more chunks and that one had more gravy. You know, he seems to be quite enjoying himself. You know, he likes it here. And didn't catch your name.
You can call me Travis.
All right, Travis. So yeah. How do you how do you think you could be useful to me? You say you could move a fella.
It depends on how you want to move. I can move him multiple ways. If you want him, standing, or lying down.
Okay. Well, to be honest, I'd just rather sort of have my boss sort of just go away.
Dealer's
really
choice.
care.
I
Yeah.
like you. I like you.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't. You know what? Give me a manipulate. Just how much like you're impressing yourself upon this person.
Sure.
You're pitching your services to this guy.
Oh boy. So that's a D12, just flat roll plus whatever my manipulate is.
The total of your manipulate should be manipulate plus charisma bonus.
Plus the roll.
Yeah.
Two plus 4, so 6, 7.
7. Okay. Yeah. The guy sort of he's just there looking at you for a little bit. It's like he seems to realise that he said a bit much. He's like, yeah, well, just don't worry about it, mate. It's it's just a rough job. No need to do anything drastic. Yeah. How about you join me in a drink?
Oh, I love to drink.
He picks up one of the many beer mugs, and he dips it in one of the runnier bowls of breakfast.
Oh.
And hands it to you.
I down it and then walk back to the bar.
Okay, so yeah, fine. I was gonna say yeah. You shouldn't have any problems. That's your third beer of the morning. So I wouldn't worry too much about that so far. That's only 3 beers. So yeah, you walk across. I mean, you're aware that you've now drunk like 3 beers in like 20 minutes, but you're not feeling bad. It's added a shine to the morning. So you have an old caravan guard sitting at a table, drinking beer and eating breakfast and possibly drinking what might be brandy out of a large bottle. What is everyone else doing? You've just seen this rotter go over and try and pitch something to this dude.
I'm thinking I'm interested in finding myself a chemist right now. I'm going to go and ask this barkeep if he's got any special stuff behind the bar. Yeah, I've got a real pounding head. Have you got any good pick-me-ups behind there? Proper good stuff, make you feel right as rain after a heavy night.
Grim, he steps down off his crate. He's like, give me a moment. And he just fully vanishes behind the bar. And you hear sort of rummaging. The bar is basically made of like crates with a plank laid over the top, like a worktop. And he just sort of crawls into one of the crates underneath, basically. And a few minutes later, he comes out with like a little bottle. It's probably about the size of a child's fist, so it's about that tall. It's like dark brown glass with like an old battered plastic lid, and like the label that was once on it is sort of a pinkish color. You notice that it's not full, like it's about 2/3 full, and he comes up and he says, "Right," and he's like, "Have enough of this, and we'll sort you out in the morning." Ma used to used to swear by this stuff. Very rare. Traders don't come across it normal.
Okay. And if I wanted to like have something to help me sleep this off, like you got anything that would be good at like putting me to sleep?
I've got just the thing. And he turns around and just takes a bottle of hooch off the shelf and puts it next to it. Like, little bottle of, like, pinkish goop and, like, a big bottle of, like, greyish hooch. It's just cloudy.
And how much for both of them?
Oh, well. We sell... He takes the picture of the little one. He's like, well, we sell this by the dropper. And he pulls out, like, it's like this little crappy plastic syringe. Like, it hasn't got, like, a needle on it. It's just got a hole in the end. And he opens up he has to press down quite hard on the lid to get it to turn. It's like, oh, I could never quite... Yeah, finally, he gets it open. And he puts the little dropper in, and he turns it upside down and, like, draws it out. And he reaches a marker labelled 2-5. He turns it back over and he pops it out. He's like, now this will cost you 3 tack. Or 2 coins. Right. Now that bottle, I can do that for 2. I'll do it all together for 5. 4 coins.
How about 4 tack for both? Go on. You know me, I'm good for it.
I don't know you from Adam.
Of course you do. I want to spend all my money drinking it last night.
Really? You sure?
Of course I was. Don't you remember? Can I take a lie check, see if I can convince him I was one of his regulars last night?
Yes. You try and manipulate him.
Excellent. Because I have lying is easy.
Oh, God. Okay.
Excellent. I rolled a 9. He's a human plus my lying, so that's like an extra plus 5. So that's like 14.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You slam all this through, and he's like, he squints and like pulls like he stands back up in his box. He leans towards you. He scrabbles around. He's got sort of like a dungaree sort of arrangement. He digs in the main pocket and he pulls out like a glass. It would be a pair of glasses, but it has one lens and only the top of the frame of one eye. So he puts it on his glass and closes one eye and scowls at you. You notice that he covers the eye with the lens, which is odd. But oh yeah, you. Yeah. Well, tell you what. How about we set up your tab now? And I'll let you have this for 3.
All right, done. And I'll give him 3 tack.
So, that's great. You're gonna set up your tab then.
And so if I give him the 3 tack, I'll take the 2, like the bottle and the dropper.
He's standing there waiting for you to settle up your tab.
Yeah, that's what I put.
He just literally said, if you settle up your tab right now, we'll give you those for 3.
So the rest of your stuff from drinking last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I paid you last night.
Nah. He turns over to the tab slate. And he shows you. It is like, it doesn't have names, it has like broad descriptions.
Yeah.
And it's like, skeevy bloke. Like skeevy bloke, rotter, clever one. And it's like, punter, John, Frank, Stanislaus. It only has names clearly of people that he knows well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, yeah, you're skeevy bloke. Like, you owe me. Ooh, I get to roll a thing. Oh shit. You owe me 15 tack.
No, that's the other guy. That's the bloke who ran off just now.
What bloke who ran off just now?
That guy. You didn't know those guys that came in? And then 2 of them saw you and ran because they knew they had a tab open. You can trust me. I just crit.
Oh. Bollocks. Okay.
That's a 12 there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's just like. He takes off the glass. He takes off the glasses and he like holds them at a distance, and he moves them, like does the other eye. And he's like, all right, maybe. Like, so 4 tack then.
All right, fine. I'll give him 4 tack and take the dropper and the hooch.
Yeah. Excellent. It's like you need to use that now.
Yeah, I'll literally just like take it from the bar.
Yeah.
Does it like drink like take it as like a shot and then give him back the dropper.
Yeah. Excellent. Yes. So you have bought yourself a tiny syringe of like infant ibuprofen, and a bottle of hooch, well, like
Cool.
potato vodka that hasn't been filtered. So yeah, there you are. But yeah, you guzzle down your little bit of like, terribly expired child's ibuprofen, and yeah, you do feel a little better. The headache recedes very, very slightly. Your teeth hurt less.
Awesome.
Yeah. There you go
And
with your
now
bottle
that
of potato hooch.
Now that I've got my bottle of knockout goods, I'm going to go and try and convince this caravan guard to drink heavily and tell me all about this cargo he's hauling.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. You head on over. Right. Jem. You've sat here and you've watched a rotter go and try and chat up this elderly caravan bloke and get a free booze out of it. You've watched this skeevy guy who you now recall from last night was telling everyone his name was Barry. Dancing on tables and shouting, "My name's Barry!" Like he feels he's some kind of big shit. So yeah, he's been smarming his way around a bartender pretty well. And what are you doing now?
Yeah. So having watched Barry charm his way out of his bill from last night, but because she's obviously been watching the comings and goings of the general populace, she has quite a clear idea of how he spent quite so much of his money. So she's going to wander over and kind of nod and say, "Yeah, you looking for something to pep you up a little bit this morning?"
Is this to me, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, yeah, I feel a bit better after that shot. Have you got some more good stuff?
I've got a few little bits. I might offer you a little bit of this for free, especially as I believe you've been sampling some of the lady folk around here. I've been developing some things that remove some itching. And as you know, there's a lot of itching around here. Tell you what, you test some of this out for me, and I'll give you something else to perk you up.
All right, sounds like a deal.
So she's then going to basically, at the moment, she's wearing what she feels is a lab coat, but is actually like a really dirty Mac. And she's going to like reach inside the Mac and pull out a couple of little packets of powder. Both of them are wrapped in brown paper. And she's going to hand one of them very purposefully and say, "Well, this is to make sure there's no itching, and this is to make you feel better. Take the one to make you feel better first."
Okay, I will take the one. So what is it? Does it look like?
Basically, it's sort of this very weird purple powder. If you imagine like Parma violets that have been like crushed up.
Okay. And it's in a little paper bag, is it?
It's in like a little, if you imagine it's just like a little piece of like brown paper that's been folded up.
Okay.
So you can
It's a twist.
Cool. I'll lift it up and just take a good snort of it.
It's an unusual way to take it, but hey, let's see what happens. And she basically takes out a little notepad and starts jotting down her observations.
Okay.
Because clearly she hasn't tested this on another human yet.
Can I be watching this?
What would that be? Some kind of poison check or something? Or
I don't know. I guess it would be either a medic check from my.
how badly have you poisoned me, or how well have I resisted being poisoned? Basically.
I tell you what we'll do is I will roll this d6. Evens are good. Odds are bad. Spanners, you roll a medic.
Okay.
To see how effective this thing is. I will roll to see what it does.
Oh, goody.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to use my one legendary point because I botched.
To be fair, this could be an excellent time to botch.
No, do you know what? I'm going to botch.
Yeah. Excellent. That's flavour for you. Yeah, it was a 6, so it would have been nice. But you botched doing something really nice. So
Whoops.
instead of the powder to make you feel good, actually making you feel good, what it does instead is it gives you the impression of being invincible. Very briefly, you feel absolutely unassailable. You feel amazing. You feel on top of the world. You cannot, for a brief moment, you cannot even imagine that you might be in pain or discomfort. Everything is great. Your eyesight is better. Your hearing is better. You can taste good food being cooked on the next street away. Just being wafted on the air. Like you can smell like a tracker dog. Everything in that moment is crystal clear and beautiful and perfect. And then it ends, and you feel exactly how you did before. And all of a sudden you're aware of your inadequacies, and it's awful. But there are no other effects. You just know that your normal sucks now.
And just like for a brief moment, like he gets this kind of blissful like smile over his face, and it passes, and he just scowls and goes like,
Yeah.
I could do with being a lot longer. Have you got any more?
Okay, right. So we need to adjust the quantities, and she makes a few little notes. So, well, whilst I adjust, why don't you take the other stuff?
Is that a powder or gel or?
It is like a small liquid, which is still in this sort of paper, but it's more of like a waxy paper. So she's sort of made it into what would potentially be like a little boat. But she thinks it's like a medicine cup.
Okay, I'll like scoop that out and just like start rubbing it under my trousers.
I don't think that's quite how it's meant to. Oh, never mind.
This is like someone applying mouthwash to the outside of their face.
Hey, she didn't tell me how to take it.
No, that's
I
true.
just used my imagination.
Fair enough.
The official medical term for this is a cleanus.
Wonderful. So you rub the stuff down the front of your trousers. Let's get another medic, I think. Another medic.
Oh, that's a bit better. That is going to be 9, 10, 11, 12.
Excellent, yeah. It's not meant to be applied topically, but the active ingredient is still an active ingredient. There's a light tingling sensation.
That's quite pleasant.
Is it mentholated?
Just some kind of like lemon tea balm I've just rubbed into myself. Oh, that's quite thrilling.
There's a light tingling sensation. It's sort of it ramps up. It verges on stinging nettle sort of territory,
Oh,
and
At
it
least it's
doesn't.
not hand-
It doesn't quite subside. Ooh.
I'm just gonna like kind of like like start off like, oh, it's got nice and scam, be like, yeah, you might want to dial that one down a bit as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not meant to
seems a bit-
be put there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's
never mind.
it's like when someone over enthusiastically applies one of those like mint shower gels to themselves, and then goes, "Whoa!" Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
yeah, you get that feeling.
The faces are amazing.
Oh.
But yeah,
Cool.
So you now have an uncomfortably tingling crotch, and like and an odd sense of foreboding about your life in general. But yeah, there you are. You've taken some experimental drugs from a stranger for no reason.
Anyway,
So,
as a thanks, would you like a drink? I wave some of the potato vodka out.
Yes, why not? Clear head and all that.
Come join me. I'll sit down with the caravan guard. I assume is your character a woman?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. That's what I'd assumed.
oh, assuming genders. God. Anyway,
Yep.
so yes. So we have Barry and Jem sitting down with the elderly caravan guard. He's finished like 3 of the bowls of breakfast now. He appears to be leaving the chunks in one of the bowls, like just fishing them out and leaving them, drinking the gravy. Get the impression he might be like waiting for it to dry. He might put it in a bag. But yeah, he's drunk a fair bit. He's rolling in his seat a bit now. You get the impression he's a practiced drinker. So, hello. I see you have some hooch. Can I have some?
Yeah, of course you can, my friend. I heard you'd had a really rough trip up here, so I thought, be a good bloke and share some of my good fortune with you.
Oh, good. You've had fortune. Yeah?
Yeah.
Ah.
As, how about you? You sound like you might have had a good job bringing you up here. It's quite nice when you get a nice job bringing you to town.
Yeah. Well, the wife don't like it when I come to horse. So I just drink and make sure everyone sees me drinking. That way, she can't accuse me of shit. So, I have a good job. What do you want to know?
Well, where have you been? I mean, you coming from the north or the south? Or
Coming from the south. See, this is thing. And, like, they pay a lot for the thing. And they leave it in the thing. And we all have to guard it. It's all big and stupid. And we get paid. And it's good pay. It's not bad. Well, it's not good pay. It's not bad pay. But they make us go and, they can't rest too long. They don't like leaving the thing in the box. They like to put it in buildings and leave it there. And we're not allowed to look at it. They put it in the bank. It's like in the vault, like the big metal bit.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. They told us to go off for a night. Which, it's only the morning, so I've got all day.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. Yeah,
I'll
have
say.
another one. I'll pour him another drink.
that's I will. Yeah. So what brings
Yeah,
you
I'm
here?
I'm travelling up from the south. Just coming. I've had I'm a farmer, you see. I've just sold some produce in the town. Got my haul. Before I head home, I thought I'd go out for a night on the town. Just enjoy myself.
Farmer, eh?
Yeah.
Farmers are twats. Sit around, poke the ground, No fun in it. Nah. What do you need, mate? You need a gun and some mates and to get some adventure in your life. You need to sign on with us.
Are you looking for more?
We're always looking for more.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds like a pretty good idea. Like, when are you heading off?
God. What day is it? What day
It's
is
today.
it? It's today.
Yeah.
Huh. It was that. Yeah, that was the day yesterday. Huh.
Yeah, I know. It keeps catching me out as well.
Huh. I think I've got a day. Day and a bit. What do you think?
All right.
And he points to Jim like, what do you think? How long have I got? How long have I been here?
Oh, I think you've been here about 5 drinks.
No. That's not long.
No.
No.
Maybe
Yeah,
I've
I've
got
had
plenty of time. You looking for a job?
I'm sure we could be persuaded. You looking for a little bit of help with the thing in the box?
Well, you know, I won't be doing this forever. I need, have some good blokes and lasses and some good folk. I need good folks replacing me. And in the meantime, doing my work for me so I get paid.
Where are the rest of your guys?
I don't know. Drinking, whoring.
Fair enough. And where did you leave your box?
Bank. With the other
See.
folks.
Right. And you're going to get that back?
Yeah.
How'd you get it back?
Take it out of the bank. Go north.
Right, but how do they know it's for you?
Well, it's for
Yeah.
the boss. Boss gets it out. We guard the
Oh,
boss.
How many of you are there?
Well, my lads, there's 5. There's some other lads. Boss's lads.
Oh, what you 2 different groups then? So
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've already met up with the boss's lads, yeah?
Yeah, came in with them. Yeah.
You work with them long?
Nah, I don't like them much.
No.
Nah. Nah. Pays good, but don't like Northern lot. Nah.
Is the pay better than whatever's in that box?
I don't know. Don't ask in box. Big box.
You thought of selling it?
It's not mine.
Oh, not now it ain't, but it could be.
Nah. Hey. Let's plan.
I mean, you look like a boss. I mean, look at you, big, strong bloke. Good, got a good bunch of lads behind you. You definitely look like the kind of bloke who'd take control from me.
All right. I mean, that sounds, yeah. Boss. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, boss, what do you think? You reckon we should head on out of town with this guy and see if we could relieve him of his box and sell it?
But don't leave for another 2 days.
Yeah, so I've got plenty of
2
time to
days.
drink. Yeah. Plenty of time for drinking.
Hey. Drinking.
Give me another drink.
As you pass the drink over, Jem's just going to slip some of that purple powder into the drink.
Excellent.
Okay.
He can do it. He can do anything. He's boss man.
So you slipped the feel-good powder in his drink.
Yeah. This guy can overthrow his boss and join us in a dive of banditry and crime. We can convince him.
Or at least tell us where the box is.
Well, he's got out of town yet, but
Oh, yeah. So he slugs back his drink. He slugs back his drink, and he gets sort of a glassy look over his eyes. And he just sort of sits there smiling off into the nowhere. with a bit of drool. That's a good drink.
That's good, isn't it, boss? Just think how many of these you could get once you got that box.
No.
You could live here. You could live like a king.
I think I would be a good king. I like the hat. And he just sort of slides off his chair onto the floor. Yeah. Still like holding his drink up in the air. By the time he hits the floor, his elbow's just like on the chair with his drink in his hand. He starts to sort of snore.
I'll just I'll look out the bar because I'll give him a hand up to his room.
Grim is like, he hasn't got a room.
Hey, with his lads, the ones who gave you all those coins a few minutes ago.
Oh. Well, extra lad, extra room, extra coin.
Right, I'll have a rummage in the bloke's pockets.
I say they've got like a load of pouches and stuff. So
yeah, I'll start going through it. Like, oh well, I've got to find some money to pay the guy for the room. It's only right to go through this guy's pockets and see what I can find.
Okay. Yeah.
Only right.
I'm doing the responsible thing here.
Yeah. Travis, you see this Barry fella. This is literally muscling in on your territory. He is moving an unconscious person.
I'm gonna walk over there and kind of stand over the two of them. So, who's moving who here?
How tall's your character?
He's a good 5'6".
Okay. Fair enough. I'll stand up. I'll stand up and picking the bloke up as I stand up because my guy's like a farmer who spent his life doing physical labor, so he's quite a big, strong dude. So he's going to stand up in front of you.
Give me a grapple. You're picking up a big, heavy dude in traveling gear.
So just plus strength, yeah.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, it's not easy. This guy's, I wouldn't say hench, but sizable.
Yeah. Yes, I'll just stand up and be like, "Well, I'm moving him upstairs." Why?
No. I'm the mover in this town, buddy. And I'm just gonna poke in the chest.
Can I drop this guy on his shoulders?
Yeah, you've successfully grappled this person. You can do whatever you want with them.
I'm unconscious, and I will deposit the dude onto your shoulder.
Okay.
Oh. This guy has managed miraculously to keep his beer level the whole time. But when you throw him onto Travis's shoulder, the beer just falls from his hand. Aww. But yeah. Remember, the snort stops and there's like a snort. Drop my beer. Lime. And
when I get back, we're gonna talk about this other moving you were all talking about.
All right. Grim at this point, Grim is just like, so yeah, is anyone paying for his room?
Oh yeah, I'm going to keep looking through the dude's pockets while Travis holds him.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. As you rummage around, you eventually find there's a pouch immediately to the right side of his flies, where it would be very obvious if someone tried to dip it in a crowd. And you find there's a bundle of these green coins in there.
Cool.
It's probably about 12.
Yeah, I see that I'm the other side of the barkeeper at the moment, so I'll just I'll pull them out of my hands, kind of slip a couple into one hand, and just the other hand will just kind of dip down into my pocket with the rest of them. And I'll drop those on the bar. There you go.
How many are you giving the barman?
2.
2. Okay. Sweet.
Just in case he was more observant than I thought he was, that should stop him asking any questions.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. He just look at you for a moment. Yeah, a bit like, it's not his problem. Right.
Not for 2 coins, it's not.
No, exactly. He's like, yeah, upstairs, 3rd on the right. So he'll probably want that one when he comes to.
All right. We'll head upstairs.
I'll just drag him.
I'll give you a hat. I'll grab the other end.
Okay.
Right, once we're upstairs and a little bit out of way, and we've kind of moved out of earshot of the barkeep, I'll turn to you guys and go, well, I think if you guys are up for it, we've got the opportunity to make a lot of money here. I mean,
I'm always in for money.
Oh, this bloke's got a caravan. He's moving. Apparently, it's got something valuable in it. And this guy looks like he's got a disagreement with his boss. If we go out there with him, convince them to start, a fight between the two of them, whoever, survives the encounter could, not survive it. And then we're left there with a box full of something valuable.
Counterpoint. They fight each other. While fighting, we slip in and just take it.
Yeah.
That works too.
This is my business. It's what I do.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. So you two in?
Always.
Right.
I knew it was going to be a good...
Okay, cool. This bloke, has he got any weapons on him? Like a gun or something?
Yeah, he's got like a pistol holster, but it's wrapped in thick wire.
Yeah.
As is sort of the custom in this town.
Either of you two know
you either
much
check
about
your
guns?
weapons or you get them wired into the holsters.
Yeah.
Not a huge amount about weapons, but I do know an awful lot about what goes in them.
Okay.
You
I have a rifle hidden somewhere.
Would you be able to make some sabotage a bullet for it or something, so you could kind of if he tried to fire it, the gun would explode in his hand or something?
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. If you could sabotage some of his shells so that once this fight kicks off, he pulls his gun out, tries to shoot it, it just blows up in his hand. That would be
Potentially goes backwards, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Okay. Can I suppose, craft?
Well, yeah. Are you taking the bullets out of the bullets that are in his gun out? Are you searching him for bullets?
I'll search him for spares. I assume he's got some spares in his pocket.
I mean, the gun is literally wired into the holster at this point. You can cut the wires and take it out, but then it's obvious that it's been opened.
Yeah.
So we want to go for the ammo that he's got at the minute.
Okay then. There we go. You find it like the leg pocket, but no, below the holster. He's got he's got screw it. He's got a speed loader for a revolver. He's got 2 speed loader clips in there with big ass thumb-sized bullets in them. Yeah, it's 2 6-shot loaders, but there's only 5 bullets in one of them. 6 in the other.
So he's got 6 shots in his gun. Okay. At some point, we'll have to see if we can get him to fire 6 shots. Maybe we make a bet that he can't hit 6 targets or something like that. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, if you can do something with those bullets, that'd be cool. Probably the 6, rather, because if he's going to reload, he's going to use them first. Isn't he?
Yeah. Okay. 15.
15. Is that a craft or an explosives or what?
That could actually be either.
Craft explosives. It's basically what you're doing.
Well, explosives is dealing with the chemicals. Craft would be dicking around with the shell or the bullet.
It would be explosives then, because we wanted to explode backwards.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you put you put some kind of horrible unstable accelerant in the powder or something. Yeah. So it doesn't go. It doesn't. Things don't go the way he wants when that bullet is fired. Roll me a d4. How many bullets do you manage to sabotage?
We go for 4.
Okay, then.
Ooh.
Which loader? Or are you going to spread these bullets out between them?
I would probably spread them out just to give us like maximum damage because it's only going to take 1.
Okay, then. So you're putting like 2 in each one. So like, okay, fair enough. Right, so yeah, you've done that. You come to the door that Grimna told you about, and you know it quite clearly is like it's the room with a toilet. Most of the rooms like have a communal toilet at the share the communal toilet at the end of the corridor, but this one has a toilet. Might argue that this was previously the toilet, but it's now a room with a toilet and a bed because they shoved a bed in there.
The toilet, is it like a I assume it just like drops through a hole in the floor or something out into the street or something, is it?
The toilet in this room is a bona fide porcelain throne. The mechanism it goes into, you can't really discern. It doesn't seem to have like an over-the-top cistern or anything. So it's.
But I assume
just a
like the
thing
contents go out of sight somewhere, yeah.
You would assume so, yeah.
Cool, because what I was thinking of doing is when he wakes up, he's going to wonder where his coins are. So I was thinking that they're attached to his belt, aren't they?
Mm.
I was going to like take it off and lay it on the toilet, so it looks like while he was like using the toilet, it fell off and it's like laying there on its side, like as if it spilt all its contents down the toilet.
Nice. Or maybe you like put the pouch on the side as well.
That's what I was doing, like hang the pouch like on
Hang
the
the
edge of the
pouch.
toilet, looking like it's just emptied into the toilet. Yeah.
Yes.
Fair enough. So you're gonna like undo his flies and his trousers.
Oh
as
yeah,
well, then?
like I'll like leave his trousers halfway down his leg, so it looks like he's just staggered in, tried to go for a piss, fallen into the bed and passed out.
Okay, yeah. As you like yank his trousers down like his thighs, you realise he's wearing like another pair of trousers underneath. Yeah, it's an old walker's trick. You do it and you pull those ones down, and he's wearing like thick like thermal johns underneath that. It's like, fuck's sake.
Guy walking in the Arctic.
Yeah, it's like the outer trousers were waterproof, the inner ones were warm.
Yeah.
And then he's wearing like long
The other
johns
ones
underneath.
were
Yeah, and this guy is prepared to go out in this weather.
Yeah.
And you dig through like 3 layers of clothing, and finally like leave him like sprawled on the bed, tackle out.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
he's laying there like face down on the bed, snoring loudly.
Yeah.
So you nicking anything else from him?
I mean,
Are you
like,
rummaging through his pouches, or are you just going to take
No.
his money and sabotage his gun?
I was going to take his money and sabotage his gun because we still want to work for this guy.
Fair enough.
I might get suspicious if we do too much of this shit. How much money was it? 12 coins I got off him.
Yeah, you paid 2.
This is like the worst interview situation ever.
I'll give 2 coins to each of you guys. I was like, welcome aboard. Here's your onboarding pay.
Okay. So yeah, you've deposited your potential new boss in a room to sleep off the drugs you gave him and his breakfast. You have a lead on a thing to steal and possibly some people who might die. What are you doing now?
We've got until, I think he said he was leaving in the morning, wasn't he? So we've got the rest of the day. We've staged this to look like he lost his money down the toilet rather than us stealing it, which is cool. I guess, is there anything else you guys can think of doing today? I mean, if we could like sabotage any of the other guys, that would be really cool. I mean, there's 2 more of them that have like passed out from drinking up here somewhere. So we could always see if we could sneak in and, well, I guess like, you said you're good at moving bodies, aren't you?
I am good at moving bodies.
Well, should we want to go and remove those 2 so there's 2 less people we have to deal with later on?
Did they pass out from drinking, or did they
did.
go upstairs?
I think they did. One of them passed out down there and the other one got drunk and took him upstairs to sleep, didn't they? or do whatever he was going to do to him.
We could find them.
Yeah, we find them. I mean, I've got. I'll pull my blackjack out of my pocket. Like I've got ways of shutting people up pretty quick.
Okay. So yeah, as I said, there are 3 doors on the right on the corridor that you're in. There's the toilet at the end, and let's say there's 4 doors on the other side.
So there's 7 doors in total?
Yeah.
We have
7 doors in total. You can hear people inside a few of them. It's just these doors aren't very thick. The walls are wood. Nothing's particularly wonderfully soundproofed. You can hear people enjoying entertainments and sleeping.
Do you say the weather outside was pretty rough?
Oh yeah,
Like wet.
weather outside is horrible.
Can we
It's
see any
hail.
footprints from where the last people who came up the stairs went? Assuming they tromped in here with muddy boots, there might be some muddy footprints leading to one of the doors.
The downstairs of Grimm's grime hole is sufficiently grimy that essentially everywhere here is covered in filth.
Fair enough.
If you'd come up almost immediately after those other guys, you might have been able to track the new filth.
Yeah, it's been a little while, yeah. Okay.
Maybe just go room to room that sounds like there would be people sleeping.
Yeah, if there's no sounds behind it, open the door and have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
I'll see how this will go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So right side or left side is really the question.
Let's just go. If we start from the middle, we can look as if we're just lost and trying to find a room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let it go.
So which doors are you opening? Right side or left side first?
What's the one directly opposite the stairs as you come up?
Directly opposite the stairs is on the left.
Go for that one first.
That one.
Yeah. So yeah,
If it sounds like there's no one awake behind it.
Yeah. I say it's hard to tell what's in what room. The sounds are just coming from the sides, sort of thing, as you walk down the corridor. You push that door open, and inside there is a man sleeping, and there's an older, swarthier looking man getting dressed, about to leave. And he just sort of, he looks at you and is just he didn't pay for groups.
Okay.
Yeah,
Neither of those are the two we know, yeah?
No,
Okay,
it's
so oh, sorry, and close the door.
yeah. You say, "Oops, sorry," and close the door, and he just sort of, as it gets to a hand's width, he just opens it again and walks out.
Okay.
Yeah. On the way past, he gives you a wink, says, maybe later. Oh, hello, Travis. Heads on out. Yeah. You recognise him. You never quite caught his name. That wasn't what you talked to him for. But yeah, he's always been around. But yeah, that's not the guy you were looking for. But the dude asleep in the room, he's like this gigantic bear of a fella. He's laying there, he's laying there in a faded pink rabbit onesie.
Okay.
And a Slipknot t-shirt. Different strokes for different folks. He seems to be sleeping quite pleasantly.
Yeah, I was like, do I go and try and rob him? No.
Okay. So you step away. Do you bother closing the door? Or...
Nah, I'll leave it open.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you head along to next door, right or left? Any of you. Okay. This can
Right.
even be.
The opposite side.
Yeah, you go the other side. On the first door, you could. Do you want to just bull the door open, or are you going to listen at the door first?
I'm gonna listen first.
Okay. Give me a perception.
That is a crit.
The crit. Excellent. You perceive that the people sleeping inside here are women. You're absolutely sure the people sleeping inside here are women. Through a crit on perception. You know, this does not sound like the two drunken burly guys who you saw go upstairs.
I'm both impressed and disturbed that he can tell when there's women in the room by the sound of their sleeping.
It's my job to keep moving.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you're moving people, you need to be able to, detect people by sound.
I can only imagine where you learn skills like that.
Yeah.
At travel agent school.
Yeah. Need you nothing of travel agency? Right, so Jem. These two are each picked a room to search. Which side are you going to go?
So we've done a left and a right. Jem is going to go left.
Okay, you have the choice of 3 rooms on the left. So left, right, or middle.
Left. Always
Excellent.
left.
Excellent. So you go. Yeah, you basically all the way to the other end of the corridor. So yes, are you going to listen at the door, or are you just going to push and walk in, or peek around, or what?
She's not going to listen, but she's going to kind of peek around. She's not just going to barge straight in.
Okay. So yeah, are you going to employ any kind of subterfuge, or are you just going to peek around a door?
No, she is just going to peek around the door and kind of deal with whatever fallout happens.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you just push the door. I mean, none of these doors lock. You can layer up things behind them to stop people coming in if you really want, but most people don't bother. You just push the door. It swings on open, and inside you can see what's quite clearly the aftermath of a group of women coming to Hawes after being outside of such a location for quite some time. And it looks very much like the aftermath of a hen party. And there's items of clothing and, there's items of clothing and empty booze containers and and ripped up furniture and sleeping women and some rather well used looking fellas sort of sleeping off in the corner.
They're all sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay.
These dudes are very oiled. You get the impression that they were hired.
Okay. In which case, she is going to very gently just kind of pick her way through the women, just to see if there are any purses or pouches that we can liberate them of.
Excellent. Yeah. As you give me a sneak. You make your way through a room of sleeping people.
13.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's you make your way across the room in the manner of a disapproving parent in a room full of sleeping teenagers. You're not standing on anyone, but you're not being particularly careful about it. You make your way across the room, and people sort of stir and move out your way. But no one sort of roused to full wakefulness, and you find in the midst of the room, essentially, it's like a small sack, kind of like the size of an old flour bag, sack, an old Hessian sort of flour bag, and it's just full of these green tokens. You get the impression that these people have come to Hawes and exchanged all of their currency for like the local tokens that you get discounts with.
Cool. She's going to put that gently into her Mac, but then is going to pick up a couple of bottles. So if somebody wakes up, she has a ruse to say that she's just in there tidying up, like a good parent would.
Fair enough. You give me another sneak. I'll roll these. If the red one rolls nice and high, the ladies have noticed. If this dark, dirty dice rolls high, it will be the hired help who see you. Nope, everyone is sleeping very peacefully. There were a 3 and a 2. Apparently, it was quite a night. So yeah, you walk out with. Oh Christ! You walk out with 14 tokens in a bag.
Oh, Lord.
And these tokens, they're like they're the size of like air hockey pucks.
Yeah, so as she leaves, she's going to kind of hold it and go, and just divvy them out between them. So she's going to add one of the tokens from earlier to make it 15 because it's late and I can't count, and just then save 5 for herself and hand 5 each to the others.
Okay. And the bag on the side, like quite clearly says like Sadie's hen, like it's been written on in charcoal.
Yeah, the bag's just going to be left by the door.
Wait, can I grab the bag and can I just go and put it in the room with the sleeping bunny?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Just tuck it just inside the door.
Okay. Fair enough.
You haven't shot anyone through the face this time.
No, you haven't shot anyone through the face yet.
Though people might get shot through the face in response to something we've done.
Yes.
But we didn't do it.
It's right. You have yourself some tokens. You still haven't found the 2 sleeping dudes.
Sorry, we've got all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the next room on the right.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're just pushing the door open now. You've had enough of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You push the door open and you see the little ginger guy who fell asleep at the table, and he's just been dropped in the corner. Like he's not on the bed. He's just on the floor in the corner. He's been propped up, so he's sitting up. And there's like there's like a mug of water next to him, and a bucket on the other side. But the other guy's not there.
And we didn't see him come back downstairs.
No.
There's no other stairs out of this place, is there?
No.
Okay, we say this bloke's unconscious, yeah?
Oh yeah.
It's like, well, I'll turn to Travis and go, well, this is your speciality. How do we get him out the way?
I am going to close the door.
With us inside, I assume?
No. Alone.
Okay. I'm way out in the corridor then.
I am going to break his neck.
That escalated.
Oh shit. Okay. Give me a grapple.
I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that also plus strength?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're like doing like some like crazy martial arts and you want to argue it being dexterity. Woo-hoo. Yeah.
15.
Yeah. Well, he got a 1, so that makes it up to like a mighty 3.
And he was unconscious.
Yeah. I was just literally rolling for like the pure resistance of his neck muscles and bones. But yeah, you damn near twist his head off.
Is there a window?
Might have been good to check that before you kill the guy. But yes, there is a window. But the window in this room is about big enough to put like this guy's foot through.
Shit.
It's literally there for the purpose of like costing less in candles.
Well, I'm gonna haul him outside.
Are there any from the corridor? Are there any like windows like at the end of the hallway or anything?
There are holes in the roof that
Oh,
have been like covered with clear things, but there aren't windows.
Do they open or could they be like
It's more like they're like little like plastic panels in the roof.
Okay.
Or possibly under the roof.
There's a bed in the room, though.
Yeah.
So that bed would presumably, is it like a bed with a bedstead, so like a bed frame? That's the word I was looking for. Or is it like a box with a mattress on?
It looks like it's probably been made from 2 crates put together that have panels smashed out the sides.
That'll do.
Okay. Rather than having like some fancy purpose-made bed frame, they've just like put 2 crates next to each other and ripped the planks out that they didn't need on the sides.
Okay. And what's the mattress made from?
Basically a sack full of anything softer than wood.
Brilliant. Okay. So, with her medic skills, which would clearly include surgery, what our professor is going to do is to create a very long line or cut down the middle of the mattress, push the stuffing, whatever, God knows what that is, out to the side to make the sides a little bit more stuffed, and take our dead body and kind of stuff him into the mattress.
Excellent.
And then just kind of flip the mattress over. Job done.
Excellent. Gonna hide the body under the mattress. No one will ever think to look there.
Yeah.
And if the mattress is a bit lumpy,
Before you do that,
you know,
don't get to loot him.
it's been... Yeah. I think we need
Okay.
to check him out first.
Well, the mattress doesn't close after you put him in. The bag is very taut as you try and pull it back. Like, there's basically like a man-shaped hole in it, even if you try and close it back around him.
Yeah, but it's like when you drop coffee over your mattress. You just turn it over. No one's going to know. It's fine.
You could just arrange him like on the edge of the bed with his head at a funny angle, so it looks like he tripped over and smashed his head in the bed frame.
Yeah, but they didn't. They cut the mattress over and did something elaborate. So yeah, you basically have a mattress that you flipped over, and as you stand back and admire your handiwork, Travis, I'm not sure what you feel about this, but you can quite clearly see the outline of a small man on the bed.
Pull him out if we're gonna hide him on the roof.
I was going to throw him out a window. I was going to hide him. Just like that gives it a slightly more believable. Maybe he, for some reason, climbed through that plastic thing on the roof and threw himself out on his own of accord. Who knows?
Oh, exactly.
Oh, no,
I mean,
the window is like this big.
On
no,
the
I
roof?
mean like the hole, the plastic bit on the roof.
Oh yeah. You can get up there, yeah. But yeah, at the moment you have a man in a mattress. You can basically see like the outline of like a pair of heels on the mattress and his butt, and like the shape of his shoulders and the back of his head.
Sure.
But you could just pull the bed covers back over it. And no one would notice until someone like pulled them back.
I just don't remember Travis. You're a true professional, aren't you?
Yes. No. Pull him out. We'll put him through the windows and up onto the roof.
All right. Let's loot him as well before we do that, because there's no point sending him to his death with coins in his pocket.
Oh, can't take it with you.
Oh, also, does he have like a gun or something on him?
This guy doesn't have a gun. He has a rather large, it's a bladed weapon of some kind. Calling it a sword would be overgenerous. Calling it a knife would seem stingy.
Machete?
Might be over specific. It's
A long knife.
Yeah, it's something in the region of a cleaver. An overly long cleaver.
Okay. I mean, you could make it look like someone just robbed him. Just leave him laying on the bed with like a knife in him and his money gone. Then that could have been anyone. He's already dead, so he shouldn't bleed that much.
Okay, you're standing here figuring out what to do this. You're standing in the room with the body, having a conversation.
I'm behind the door in case someone.
This what you hear the flushing of a toilet, and someone walking back along the corridor.
I gesture for everyone to get back behind the door, and I whisper to them like, "When he comes in, we'll jump him."
The door only moves like a little bit, and you hear the voice of the other guy going like, "Just gonna get another drink, Rusty. Oh God. Actually, I don't. Oh, I don't." And you hear him run back along the corridor, and you hear the toilet lock again.
Lock or push shut?
Oh no, the toilet has a lock.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if it didn't, and we've got a dude head down in the top, now it's a great time to go along there with the blackjack and ease him off as well.
Yeah. The toilet's got like a bolt. Whatever was in the breakfast appears not to have agreed with this guy. You hear him run off back to the toilet. But there you are.
Quick, we'll do that. We'll do that one. We'll stab him and make it look like a robbery.
Okay.
So you're going to nick his weapon, break it out of its scabbard where it's wired in, hack him to death, and then leave him in his own room.
Well, actually, the other guy had some kind of knife, didn't he? The guy who just ran off to throw up in the toilet.
You don't really know. I mean, they all appeared to be armed in some way. But...
Well, why don't we go there, deal with the guy who's face down in the toilet now, and then we could use each of their weapons so it looks like they fought each other and killed each other. And then when someone comes to investigate what happened, it's like, oh, these two just got into an argument and knifed each other.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
That's a good idea.
Excellent. Do either of you two know how to pick a lock?
Now's as good a time as any to learn.
In fact, do I know how to pick a lock?
Right, yeah. So you're storming out of the room, you're heading down the corridor, you know where the toilet is, you saw it when you first came in, the door's been closed this whole time.
If it's just a bolt, it can't be that hard. It's not like it's a proper lock.
It's a bolt on the inside.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's not a particularly good bolt.
No, you haven't been in there.
No, but I mean, I'm just judging by the general
Oh yeah, the general build quality of this place is atrocious.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not expecting this to have you have this crappy holes in the walls and bits of sheet, but then you go to the toilet and my God, you've got a full-on Yale lock on the go here. This is going to be a little catch sort of thing, isn't it? And I'm a bruiser who's big and dumb and has a strength of 40, so I'm thinking it's walking up and just kind of shouldering this door open. and then just whacking this dude on the head.
Oh, after you then.
All right, I'll give that a go.
Yeah. Okay, you're just gonna brute the lock in.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just give me a straight up strength. You bash that wall.
That'd be a 9.
A 9. Okay. Yeah. Like everyone in, like every guy who's ever watched an action film, you're absolutely sure that smashing down a locked door is easy, and you.
Wait, is there a handle?
No, not on this. Well, there's like a loop of rope with like a knot that goes through a hole in the door.
Yeah, I'm going to pull that before I put my shoulder against it, so that the only thing that's going to be stopping me is actually the lock itself, not like the lock and the door like catch.
Okay. Yeah. So you rob yourself of all momentum, stand next to the door.
Yeah, I'm not ball charging. I'm just standing next to the door, lifting the catch, and then just pushing my shoulder. I'm trying to do this like not too like loudly. I'm not charging down the corridor and doing it. It's basically just like putting my shoulder into it and just kind of shoving it. If it's just a lock, then hopefully that'll just pop open fairly easily.
Yeah, you on a 9 anyway. You grab hold of essentially what is the handle. You put your shoulder against the door. You lean against the door, and it's a door. And you dig your heels in. You push a little harder, and it's still a wooden door. And you go, this is a bit silly. You push against it again, and you can hear the hinges creak a little. And the door, you're pretty sure it's moving. Like you can feel your feet moving across the floor, but it doesn't open. As you sort of step away, you notice the door is no longer sitting true in the frame. It looks like you've sort of bent the hinges off a bit to one side. But yeah, the door isn't open. It's just a slightly different angle now.
Okay,
9 is not a great roll.
Yeah. Yeah, I only rolled like a 4.
Yeah. What was that?
Does the door look like it's now wedged shut? Or?
Oh god, no. No, it's just visibly been pushed a bit. If you hit it with something, or took a run up and bowled through it, or smashed it with a hammer, like, might do the job. But you stood next to it and leaned on it.
Yeah, do you want to try and do that? I've loosened it for you.
Could I manipulate it?
No. Manipulation is purely social.
You try and chat it open, but yeah.
Hey, door. Get out of my way.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna... Oh, no. That is worse.
Yeah? What did you get?
That's an 8.
An 8. Yeah. You basically just knock on the door with your shoulder.
As I do that, I'm gonna be like, are you gonna be in there longer? Because there's a lineup out here.
Be a while. Oh, not. Oh God, no! Breakfast.
I think this might take some time. If we want to do away with him, we may need to think of a different tact.
This man needs some help, and full on boot the door.
Excellent. You full on boot the door. Yeah. It's good. Yeah, you full on boot the door. It flies off from the wrong side. The bolt stays intact and just pushes into the soft wood of the frame. And the door rips off the hinges on the wrong side, sort of thing. Now it's basically held to the door frame only by the bolt.
Oh, good.
And you see a guy, on his knees worshipping the porcelain throne.
Excellent. Could I gently, with lover-like caresses, apply blackjack to the back of his skull.
Yes, you can gently, with a lover-like caress, apply weighted leather to the back of his head.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Excellent. Right, that'll be a long C4.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's not bad. I think my arm CC is a +6. Just double check. Yeah, so that's a 13.
Oh yeah, yeah. You crack him a crop around the back of the head. His physical resistance to not like pass out from being smashed over the back of the head while already incredibly ill, it was terrible. He rolled a 4, which basically means you smack him on the back of the head, he headbutts the toilet and like falls limp. There's like a bit of blood on the rim of the toilet from his forehead. He's not necessarily dead, but he's very damaged.
Unconscious.
Yeah.
That's cool. Right, if we drag him back to the room with the other guy, then
Okay. He's
I'm
still
just
like
gonna drag him up the corridor by his leg at this point.
yeah. As you're dragging him along by the leg, like he's still like convulsing gently. Like, he's still heaving. Like whatever's in there still doesn't want to be.
No.
And you can his breathing grows more ragged as you drag him along. Like it's clearly not great. Him being dragged along on his back while he's vomiting while unconscious.
No, I could probably just leave him for a minute, and nature would take care of it itself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool. Drag it into the room with his dead body and leave him laying on his back for a while. Then.
Okay. Excellent. No, he still can't roll better than a 4. So yeah, he's like choking to death. And you can see him sort of turning blue and like horrible gunk like trickling out the side of his mouth. His eyes are sort of his eyes like pop open periodically. And they're all like bloodshot. Yeah, he's not having a great time. You people are awful, and you're doing terrible things to innocent people.
The professor
Shove him into the
can't
mattress.
What's the
deal
professor
with
doing?
The professor can't deal with watching him choke.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Maybe she has just like a tiny moral fiber. So she rolls him onto his side and grabs the other guy's. It was a cleaver, wasn't it?
Wait, if we just leave him to choke to death, and the other guy we could just arrange him so he tripped over when running to get help and broke his neck on the bed or something.
Well, you've said you've grabbed the cleaver, so you've grabbed the cleaver. It's
I'm
still
seeing
like
cleaver.
bound into a sheath.
It's more likely that they would that one of them would get drunk and throw up, and the other one would break his neck trying to help him rather than stabbing each other. So, through sheer fluke, I think this might work out better than what we had planned originally.
Maybe. Ooh. Okay, so she will just put him back on his back, and she's walking out the door. She can't see this.
Barry has no problem with it.
Yeah.
He's utter scum of the earth. He's fine to let someone choke on their own vomit in front of him. He's just sitting there thinking this works out quite nicely.
Okay. So Jim, what are you doing with the cleaver now? Because you've taken the cleaver. You are holding a cleaver in a sheath.
Yes.
Whatever happens, you are holding Rusty's cleaver.
Yep. She is going to go back into the room with the guy in the bunny suit and just lay it next to him on the bed.
Oh, damn.
Get screwed.
Okay. Oh, right. So you have two. Well, you have two dead caravan guards. You have some stolen property that you've placed in the room of a sleeping man with an odd fetish, and maybe it's not even a fetish. Maybe that's just how he dresses. Maybe that's just the only clothes he found that fit. So yeah, are you looting the other guy and leaving all his stolen shit in the bunny guy's room as well? Or
I'm not going to loot them. I'm going to leave them there. So I'm just going to arrange it so that the dude whose neck we broke is kind of laying at an awkward angle with his head kind of caught on the edge of the bed. So it looks like he's basically tripped over and smashed his head on the bed as he went for the door. Okay. And I'll leave the other dude laying on his back, like in the middle of the floor, just kind of like, as if he collapsed and passed out.
Okay. Fine. Right. Well, I've just looked at the time. And it appears that's all we have time for tonight.
And I'm going to go down and have a drink.
Yeah. So yeah, at that point, Barry takes his money and goes off to pay off his tabs in various places.
He has more nefarious plans in place, but stage 1 and 2 of the operation have gone really well so far.
Yes. So yeah, that's it. That's all we have time for. So, oh God, you guys are horrible people. I thought you were just going to talk to a man and go and heist some shit. But you turned it into a murder rampage already. So yeah. There we are. God.
We're going to.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
We're setting up the heist.
Hey, you said you wanted us to play Scum. We're playing Scum.
That I did, and that you are.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh God. So I was thirsty. I was all the innocent people you murdered for no good reason because you're terrible. You can find me on Twitter at thirsty_BTP. You can find me at bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk. You can find me here on Mondays. Right. So we shall do the outro stuff in the reverse order. So, Kit, how did you like it? Where can we find you? What else do you do?
Well, this was great fun. I can't wait till next week. You can find me at Kit Battlebeard on Twitch and Twitter. Every Saturdays, usually, I do D&D, as well as on Tuesdays for the next few weeks, I am on Go JG's channel, my friend Jess, where we are playing The Fall of Magic. I think we have 3 more sessions left of that. And every so often I'll also run a random one-shot here or there on my channel. That's what I do.
Excellent. Well, we're glad to add a little bit of extra variation, so you don't always have to play glorious heroes and things. Because there's too little of that out in the RPG sphere. How often do you get to play a horrible mutilating travel agent? So yeah. So on to tech.
Hey,
how did you enjoy coming back to the system?
I really missed being an utterly evil, terrible, amoral person. It's fairly unusual. Normally, I tend to play kind of like the voice of reason and try and be like a fairly nice guy. So I thought, I'll throw it out the window and just be completely amoral and evil in this one because it's fun to do that, and especially in a one-shot. So yeah, really enjoyed that, and it's fun being back, and hopefully I'll be back for like more things like this going on. Basically you can find me here and bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk are the places I tend to hang out.
Excellent.
On Discord as well.
Yes, join us on our Discord. The easy way to get to that is to actually find me on Twitter, and it's in my bio.
I am grabbing a link. We will linky. There we go. Copy.
Linky links.
We are linking. There we go. If you are watching us still, click on the link.
Yes.
Join us at the bar.
Huzzah. So yes. And last but by no means least, our glorious Spanners.
Hello.
How did you enjoy not playing Timmy?
That was just Timmy with a different name, wasn't it? Actually, no, it wasn't. There was no torture. She didn't stab anybody. She didn't shoot anybody. There was a lack of sex worker death. So
that was all Grime and I.
Exactly. She didn't kill anyone.
Yeah.
She even felt bad about letting people die.
I know. So she was clearly not Timmy. But that was really fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed playing somebody who had like an intelligence above like 10. for once. Oh, that was really fun. So yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Spanners_BTP. You can find me at bloodthirstyprofits.co.uk, where I am blogging and writing lots of stuff. So go watch that. You can also find me here on Mondays, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks with some new people as part of Spanner's Noobs of Doom. And if you haven't played Spiced before and you want to come and join me, then join the Discord chat, and I will set something up.
Nice. So yeah, that's that. I actually remembered I have an outro script written on my wall just there, but I've basically covered it all already. So there we are, folks. That's the end of our time tonight. Time at the bar. Drink up, folks. Cheerio. Oh,
Brilliant.
wow. Wow, you'll be glad to know that of the 5 things I wrote, we covered 2.5.
Hey, that's not bad.
Better than that.
Yeah,
We're halfway through. How many sessions were you thinking this campaign would last?
about 3.
12.
Oh, I wrote it as a one-shot, so about 3.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if we're halfway through after one episode, that's not bad.
Oh, no. What I wrote was meant to be the intro.
Oh, okay. I think we meant halfway through the entire thing.
Oh, God, no.
To be fair, I think we're probably like just about done before going out on the expedition now. I think we've prepped enough. We've got we've removed 2 of the guards. We've given one of them a duff shot now. We just got to go out there and manage to start a fight between the 2 of them.
In the foundations.
I can do that. I can do that.
Well, we shall have to see next week what these 2 do without you, Graham. So yeah.
Well, I'm sure someone else can take on the evil machinations for a bit.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what Lilith does when she gets back.
Burn something. She'll burn something.
Probably burn
She'll-
something, yeah. Anyway,
Burn
guys,
something, poison
thanks
thing.
for playing tonight. I'm glad I'm glad I could even get a player to stick with me through more than one campaign. My Christ. There we are. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, guys.
That was really fun. Thank you.
That's
That was a lot of fun.